Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy Rick Taylor, back with another episode of that Rick Taylor Entertainment Podcast. And I'm sitting here with my boy Loudpack Larry. What's going on with you, man?
What's popping with a big dog?
Nothing much, man. Chilling, man. First and foremost, welcome on the show. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you for sliding through here to chop it up with me and stuff like
Thanks
that.
for having me.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Pretty much on the show, we like to interview everybody, whether you're an artist, clothing designer, producer, actor, whatever you do, this is the platform for you pretty much.
Yeah.
And we like to let the fans know who you is or like know more about your background. And for the people who finally tapping in for the first time, let them know who you is and what you do. So with that being said, we're going to start it off with like, let the people know who you is and what you do.
Loudpack Larry, Milwaukee County 414 representative. I don't like to give myself too many titles, but they say I'm one of the freshest around the town. Set a lot of trends, put a lot of people on game as far as just get fly, this drip shit.
Yeah.
Since way back when. So, yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Oh, and the dude with the, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Who stay smoking the best.
Got the clothes, you know what I'm saying? Loudlife, y'all gotta tap in, man. Y'all see that sign right there? Y'all know who it's from.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We gonna tap into all that, man. Like for the people who want to know, even myself, like you know, we start with the origins and the background and stuff like that. So, where was you born and raised?
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay. Now, growing up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, like, where did you grow up at? Like, what area did you grow up in?
I grew up mainly on the north side. On the
north side?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, growing up in Milwaukee, like, what was your like childhood like and stuff like that? And, like growing up in Milwaukee is pretty tough, and a lot of people don't know that. So, you know, what was your childhood like?
I ain't gonna sit up here and tell no lies and say no shit like my childhood was rough or like I struggled or no shit like that. My childhood was pretty cool actually. It was man, it was filled with a lot of love, a lot of support, a lot of good upbringing, a lot of game, a lot of thorough OGs around me, showing me and teaching me shit that I still carry with me to this day. So yeah. I had a pretty lit childhood and a lot of shit from my childhood. Y'all see through my designs and through my style and through the way I carry myself today. A lot of that shit is a lot of shit that I picked up from my childhood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely, you know what I'm saying, you know, you're a humble dude too. I see that. And like you said, that's what's up, man. Like, you know, your childhood, you know, pretty cool. You know, nothing too crazy.
Nah. We was good. Moms did what she had to do and pops.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna front.
Yeah, and that's good. A lot of people try to get on here, you know, be lying or just not even on here, just period. Try to act like they had a certain life.
Yeah. I understand. That's the wave now. That's kind of like the thing to do. But
right, and you don't steer me as no dude to try to do something because it's the wave. You create the wave.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so hopefully that this start a new way. Keep it 100, man. If you grew up and your parents took care of you and you was spoiled, and you had every damn thing, and you just chose to go the way you wanted to go, just keep that shit 100, man. Don't throw them under the bus, man.
All right, keep it 100. Now, we know you as, you know, what you just said, like, who is Loudpack Larry? Like, we know you as an artist and a clothing designer and stuff like that. But deep down, like, what kind of person is Loudpack Larry?
Man, that's crazy that you asked me that because I was just having a conversation with a person earlier about this same subject, and it's kind of like to know me is to love me type shit. I can't really, it's nothing I can really explain. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know me and I fuck with you, then you know what I'm saying. You like I said, I don't like to give myself title. I don't like to toot my own horn, but I'm a genuine person. I like to treat people with respect, the same respect I would want in return. I don't, you know what I mean, treat nobody different because of what they got, whether it's up here or down there. I treat everybody the same, try to show everybody love, and I try to keep it 100 at all times. I ain't perfect. I ain't no angel. I got flaws. I done did shit I ain't proud of in my life just like everybody else. But for the most part, my report card clean on these streets.
Right. There you go. And, you know, I heard about you a long time ago, bro, like before, like the fashion and all that. Like, you was a popular person. Like, I hear a lot of people like, oh, Larry, that's Larry.
Yeah.
I think it was still Loudpack Larry. You was doing music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, and that was just good. That just shows like, you know, you was like a people person, or people really respected you and knew who you was. Every time I heard your name, it was really out of respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of respect behind that name. So like I said, back then you was doing the music and stuff. We gonna get into that. Like, what and who inspired you to get into music and stuff like that?
Okay, so I got two answers for that. One would be me just always watching videos and TV and movies and shit that inspire me, like shit like that. Seeing like really keeping it funky. The first time I knew I wanted to rap, I was watching Another Bad Creation. Mm-hmm. Cause they was young, they was kids, and they was like around my age at the time. And I was like, damn, they rapping, I could do that too.
Right.
And then I started seeing more and more kid stars and shit, and I started paying attention to shit like that. And then what made me really want to do it, I always was one of them kids that everybody always paid attention to. They was like, man, you gonna be something. You been here before. So I kind of was on that kick and kind of ran with that. And then like a personal influence that really made me want to do it, I had older cousins that was in the music industry. That when they was first starting off and shit in the basement making beats and shit, their name is G2 a Key. They was signed to Scarface label Interface, which is a division of Rapper Live Records. Shout out to them. They was really doing that shit and making moves and making noise in the city and shit. That was my family, and I was like, shit, I wanna do that too, and I could do it because they my family.
Right. Now, when your cousin, you say he was signed and all that, like, were you around him a lot? Like, was you in the studio and stuff like that?
I was. And then once they start really going crazy with it, I just started, like, finagling my way up in there. Like, I'd come after school sometimes, write raps, and they'll put me on, like, a strict little thing where if I keep my grades up, they'll let me record, they'll let me jump on some songs and shit. And we just kept it like that.
Yeah. And that's dope, man. You've been doing music for a while, bro. Like, for a while.
Yeah, bro. A lot of people don't know that because I kind of pushed that shit behind me and started focusing on the clothes because that shit was making me more money. Yeah. And it was, like, really one of my first loves, too, just like music. So it kind of really didn't make me feel some type of way when I kind of, like, you know, did one instead of the other.
Right. And I'm glad you brought that up because that was going to be the next question. How, like, the transition, like, okay, matter of fact, we're going to get to that. Let me ask some more music questions. Do you still record music right now?
I do record music in my leisure time. Now more so. Before, it used to be booking studio time, writing raps, meeting up with the guys, going in there 4 or 5 deep, staying there all night. Now it's more so I call the producer, have him show up to my crib with the mobile shit, and I just get off whatever on my mind at the time, and we'll go from there.
Right. And also, was you doing music with Young Vault? Like,
that's my family. That's my cousin. Shout out Young Vault.
Okay, because I was going to ask you.
And the other half of Loudlife too. I want to say that also. That's the other half of Loudlife. He would be here right now, but he working on some other business shit he got going on. So I'm taking care of this part right now. Otherwise, he'd be here right now with us.
Yeah, shout out to Vault, man. I always wondered that. I'm like, man, they must be related, man, or brothers or something, or just best friends, because how tight y'all was. You see him, you see.
Yeah, that's my family. That's my family. We come up, man, from shorties, man, and he older than me because always, you know, he was in the streets, but he always was that person that really followed the code with this shit as far as. Yeah. Get in, get out, make you some money, and be able to do something that you can live off of for the rest of your life. He was always that type of person. And ever since back then, before niggas was even owning houses and investing in shit, and
he was doing it.
He was doing that shit. He was putting his money to the side, putting it in nightclubs and cribs and real estate. And when he seen that I was doing the clothes, he had already had a clothing store. And for whatever reason, that didn't work out in his favor. He wanted to be on the other side of the table. He didn't want to be the one selling the clothes to the public. He wanted to be the one selling the clothes to the stores, to the manufacturer, the people that's putting it out there. Right. And that became a perfect opportunity for us to link up and do what we're doing now.
Right. And y'all definitely doing a good job, bro. Like a real good job.
Still a lot of work to be done, bro, but I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. Now let's get into that because I was going to ask, like, what was the transition from music into clothes? Like, when did you know you wanted to, like, become a clothing designer and stuff like that?
Okay, so first off, clothes, fashion, and music like coincide together.
Okay.
So like you can't be you like if you gonna be on the forefront with music or anything, you gotta have a certain look, a certain style, and a certain image, and that's where the fashion shit come along at. And the whole time I was doing music, and the whole time I just been in existence, I always wanted to be different and set myself apart from other people as far as how I looked. So I started doing custom clothes, started doing shoes first. Back then, Air Force Ones was the hottest shoe and shit like that.
Yep.
And they didn't have all the crazy colors. Jordans was out, but they was only doing the regular shit. So I started to paint on Air Force Ones to match certain outfits that I wanted to have the shoes to match because they wasn't coming out with that shit. And one day, I used to do the shit on my front porch at my mom's house. One day, one of my guys walked past. He was like, "Man, make me some shoes, bro." So I'm like, "All right, go get him a bet." He bring his shoes over, and he bring a shirt with it. I'm like, "What the fuck the shirt for?" He like, "Make me a shirt to match my shoes." I'm like, "Boss, I don't do shirts." He like, "Man, I don't give a fuck what you do. Just make it match my shoes." So I'm like, "All right," he paid me. So I never forget. I went and back in the crib. I was in my mama's house, bunk bed. I had the bottom bunk. I went down in the basement. My mama was she do crafts and shit too. So I got some paints and shit that matched the colors of the shoes that he wanted. And I'll never forget, I laid that shit out on my bunk bed, put some words on that shit, made it match the shoes. He wore that shit, and from here on out, I was doing custom clothes and shoes, and that shit just took off. I would start doing it in high school for people in school, and then after that, the shit just went crazy, man. I had a shop on Center Street doing custom clothes. Me, old man Turtle, and my man Key, shout out to them too. We was going crazy with that shit. If you ever was familiar with the dip shirt trends, when everybody was doing the hand painting like Mesquite shit, me single-handedly started that shit in this town. No bullshit. A lot of people came after me, you know what I mean? And they did a good job doing that shit, and they kept it going. And there's people that still doing it.
Right.
But I brought that wave to the town, and we went crazy with it. And shit, what made me transition from that to actually having a clothing line was, at that time, I was doing a lot of rest in peace shirts, a lot of all this death shit, and that shit was kind of discouraging to me. It took away from my passion to really design shit and create dope shit. So I kind of was like, I don't want to do this shit no more. You know what I mean? It's depressing. Right. I'm tired of putting people I know on t-shirts and shit and all that type of shit. I really want to do some dope shit that people can really appreciate and fuck with and keep wearing. And I just started making shit for myself, putting it on myself first, and seeing how people react to it. And at the time, I was going crazy with the weed shit. Like I always been doing weed, always been my drug of choice. I was on Twitter and I started hashtagging Loudlife every time I be smoking some weed or some shit or be on there smoking. And I went to Mayfair when they had the embroidery kiosk in the middle of the shit.
Right.
And I went and got a fitted cap done. I got hashtag Loudlife on it, and I got the same on the jacket. And that's how Loudlife was born. Ever since then, people started asking me, was that my clothing line? Where I got that from? Where can they get it from? And from there, I just started building and coming up with designs. Got up with my partner, Montaigne. Shout out Montaigne. Man, he came up with all our designs and concepts and started pushing that shit out to the people.
Man, that's dope, man. That's what's up, bro. Like, you really been down for the come up. Like I said, you went through different phases, like, you know, and that was an era. What an era, the dip shirt era, man. I remember that era.
Yeah, I remember one time, me and my mans pushed out almost 300 and some shirts by hand. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit, like I really come from doing this shit with my hands. Like I could make you an outfit right now if I had the supplies right here with my hands. Right. Some shit that you a weirdo, not no bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Man, that show you talented, man. Talented with your hands, man. A lot of people, like, you know, try to do it, but they don't really do it right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and it's beautiful to see that where you started to where it's going. Cause I be looking at all the clothes like, damn, like how they get that? That's like all the different material, all the different.
Yeah,
like,
that's all
everything.
Trial and error, bro. That's all trial and error that come from me. Like you said, staying down and sticking with it and knowing what I want and steady focusing on this to push it forward the way I want to. I could have gave up 1,000 times. I done lost plenty of money in this shit, took plenty of losses, done got discouraged a million times, but I gotta keep going because at the end of the day, this the type of shit that never failed me, this type of shit that I always can fall back on when I need to make money, when I need to do something to make me feel good, just to feel good about myself, or just to, you know, get out of a dark space. You know what I mean? This is
Right.
it. So I never let this shit go, and I always stick with it. And eventually, something good gonna come out of it. I'm gonna be successful with it. I'm gonna be where I want to be. You know what I mean? And shit gonna be good.
Right. Man, I know what you're saying, but at the same time, I'm looking at it like, bro, you so far right now. I know it's a lot. It's a lot more need to be done.
It's a lot of work to be done, bro. It's a lot of work to be done. But I'm glad y'all noticing the progress and y'all seeing the progress, man. But like I said, I ain't one of them people that's gonna cap up front.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of work to be done still, bro, because this shit is not just printing T-shirts and just whatever the easiest shit you think you can do to get this shit done, man. Man, how about talking to manufacturers that don't speak English, that you've never seen a day in your fucking life, and you sending thousands of your hard-earned money to them and don't know if it's gonna come back, you don't get your product or none of that.
Yeah, and that's crazy.
I went through that. You know what I'm saying?
Trial and error. So how did that's the question I was going to ask. Like, how do you find the right vendor? Like, it's trial and error. Like, how did you know you found the right one?
Right now, rewind a little bit. How did I find the right vendor? So I actually got my first shot at manufacturing through another one of my family members, which name is KB. They call him the Playmaker.
Yeah, shout out KB.
That's my cousin's baby father. And he had Ghetto Celebrity clothing line back in the day. And again, I used to be around all these rappers and shit and seeing how they do shit. And like I said, I always wanted to fuck around.
Right.
And he noticed my grind and seen my grind. And when I came to him trying to like do business with him, he laid the red carpet out for some family shit like, bro, I'm just gonna get out your way. You go ahead, type in with these people. You know, when you at the top, just holler at me when you at the top and look out for me. You know what I mean? And I appreciate him for that. And through that, I was able to work my magic and, you know, have my jab with these people and work up to where I'm at now. Now I'm dealing with a total different manufacturer. I got 2 or 3 of them under my belt now. And I'm running a business. We're helping other people start their clothing lines. And I'm doing merch for businesses and things of that nature, all off of what he helped me start. So shout out to KB again.
Right. Shout out KB. That was love, bro. That's really love, bro. And like I said, yeah, like where you at right now, just looking at the material and the stuff you got, bro, it's like, damn, it's dope. I'll be looking like, yeah, he finna keep elevating. It's only finna get better. They finna
I just bought a sewing machine and shit. A lot of people thought I could sew. I never knew how to sew, but I know how to sew now. I just bought a sewing machine. And shit is about to be going up, bro. Like I'm back hands on with this shit. I was saying the other day when I get back hands on, it get ugly.
Right, you damn gonna cut out that middleman in the vendor. You gonna be your own vendor.
Yeah. But that's the thing though, and that's another thing I want to say too. I'm still gonna be working with my people and fucking with my people that I normally fuck with and fucking with new people that's coming up that want to work with me. I'm just trying to elevate my craft and elevate, you know, everything that I know how to do. I'm trying to maximize my capabilities, you know what I mean, to the fullest, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I want to be able to make some on my own and I have to call somebody if I want to, just for me, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just to have that peace of mind that I can do this. Or when I go into certain rooms and people having certain conversations and asking certain questions, I can jump in them conversations and have answers and be able to have input because I know what's going on.
Right. You're definitely doing this the right way, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, you learned the trial and error, researching, you know, putting your money up. How important is it, like, when you're trying to start a business or a clothing brand, let's just say that, because there's somebody out here who's watching this that's going to want to start a brand. Like what? How do you start a brand? Like, how important is it when it comes to investing?
Crazy, you asked me that too. My man just called me the other day and put up on me and said he need my help. His son trying to start a clothing line. Excuse me. The first thing I ask is there's 2 ways to go about this. Are you trying to go hard with this shit and be for real and have a real line, or you just trying to sell some shirts and hats and get some money? Now, if your answer is I want to really go hard with this shit, well, the first thing I suggest you do, fuck getting some shit printed, all that, whatever the case may be, get you a household name you can run with, get you a nice solid logo that could become a household logo that you can put on anything that you can see on a fucking milk carton, a table, a t-shirt, whatever. Get those things copywritten, trademarked, get you an EIN number, which is a tax ID number linked to an LLC. Get all your paperwork handled first, because if you got a dope idea and somebody with a lot of up higher than you with money and know the business and see that your paperwork ain't handled, they can steal your idea and then you'll be having to buy your own shit back from them. So I say that first.
Yeah.
Fuck getting anything printed. Fuck typing it into a manufacturer. Fuck getting have your paperwork handled first. I actually own the word Loudlife. That's me. You look that up, that's me. And with that being said, that can go on anything. Fuck the clothes. I can have Loudlife podcast. I can have Loudlife weed. I can have Loudlife water because I own that. Can't nobody use that.
Yeah.
With my logo, everything is trademarked. Handle your business, man, because there's sharks out here that know the business and they looking for people with fresh, young ideas. They don't know the business and they can steal your shit and monetize off of you.
Right now, have anybody ever tried to steal Loudlife or the logo or anything?
No. And I say that because out the gate, I handle my business. I was blessed to be able to be around some people that put that game in me first, and shit, I ran with it. I seen people with other things called Loudlife, but there's other shit attached to it that kind of not makes it the same as mine. So I ain't really tripping about that. But when you see this logo right here, this one right here, the camera, I own that. That's me.
Yeah, I heard them. It's crazy, man. Like it's a lot that you got to do that people don't really take in consideration. They just they try to think about the money and stuff. Like, oh, I know this
they want to jump the gun and take and skip the stairs, but with this shit, I ain't gonna lie, with a lot of shit, man. If you want to do some good shit and you want some longevity, man, you gotta just take the short road sometimes.
Yeah.
But eventually it's gonna pay off.
Now, I was gonna ask you, usually, how long does it take for you to get a batch of clothes off or a shipment of clothes off? Because I know a lot of times, people always think about the money aspect of it, oh, I'm trying to get this money, when they can mess up their blessing by just always thinking about the money.
Oh man, to answer your question, for me to get an order of clothes, it could take anywhere from 15 to 25 days, depending on the load. But even if it is a bigger order, it still can get done in that time period. And yeah, as far as people focusing on the money first, yeah, like you said, that could block a lot of your blessings and a lot of shit. Starting out, at the end of the day, your end goal should be to make some money. Everybody want to make money and be successful in that aspect. But starting out with a lot of things, you got to give a lot of shit away. And with this clothes shit, I had to give a lot of shit away starting out to get people to fuck with the brand. Because at the end of the day, it's why would I buy your clothes when I could go to the store and buy this or stick with this trend or buy what I already been buying? You got to make a person feel like, you want them to wear your shit. It's like promotion, basically. In the beginning, I gave away so much fucking clothes. For the first 3 drops, all that money I spent, I damn near gave it away. I sold a few, but I gave more away because I kind of had a mentality how a drug dealer sell a pack to a fiend or a hype or whatever the case. You got to give them a tester. You know what I'm saying? And once you give them that tester and they see you got that shit, then they come back for more. And then the second time they come back, it's going to cost you. And then they're going to go tell everybody else that you got that shit. And that's where to get it from. And then now you got clientele. And that's the mentality I use with my clothes. I gave it all away for free at first. Just wear it. Just take a picture, bro. Just go to the club and just, you know what I mean? Just whatever. Right. You ain't got to wear it. Give it to your bitch to put it on as a nice shirt. I don't care. Here. But just so my shit is everywhere and it's a lot of places and not just sitting in a box at home. And then before you know it, people start, hey man, you got another one of them shirts? Oh yeah, the motherfucker's $20 now. But they already understood that because you gave them the free one, so they didn't even ask for another for free. They asked me how much they cost this time. And do you got more? And when you gonna have some more and they want to buy all of them that you have, or you know what I mean? So you gotta push that money shit to the side sometime, man. The money gonna come. Right. Whenever you got a good mindset and you got a plan and you focus and you got your shit together, the money gonna come. You just gotta stay focused, man. You gotta have a good heart and good spirit and know how to deal with people and shit. Everything gonna be cool. Don't jump the gun thinking about money, man. That shit a sidetrack you and knock you off your square, what you really should be doing.
Yeah. Now, where do you get your ideas from? Like coming up with the designs and like the attire, like the material or how it's gonna look or the designs, pretty much.
A lot of shit that I design or concepts that I come up with come from, like I said before, shit that I seen in my childhood that maybe I was younger that my mom wouldn't buy for me, or shit that I couldn't afford, or motherfuckers like you too young to have that. You know what I mean? It was shit like that, like the jacket I'm wearing right now. Like when this shit was prominent, this shit was going crazy, I was too young to. My mom and them wasn't buying me no shit like this because they didn't want it to get stolen from me.
Right.
So now I'm in position to make shit the way I want it. So that's what I do with my clothing line. Like I might go in the store and I might see a slick ass jacket and it might be like, okay, this jacket is a nice material, it's dope, but I want to see my shit on there and I want to see this on there. So I might take a picture of it and flip it around. Me and my team get in the lab, cook up something, send it to my manufacturer, and then they, you know what I mean, send that shit to me.
Yeah. Man, because I was looking like, damn, this shit be dope. Like, seeing the jackets, the leather jackets, then just seeing the hats, then seeing the different designs that say Loudlife and how that loud. Like, I was like...
Yeah, a lot of shit come from just smoking, man. And like I said, me and my team getting together and just trying to think outside the box when it come to weed, when it come to shit that can be related to weeds, things that can be played off of weed or the word loud or loud life, and just try to, you know, come up with things around that, bro. Like I watch a lot of TV when it comes to, like for instance, somebody asked me the other day the same shit, like where you get your design from?
Yeah.
Where you get your ideas from? Like for instance, if we was to turn on a movie, a video, anything right now, you might be paying attention to the rap lyrics they doing. You might be paying attention to the cars they in. I'm paying attention to what they got on.
Yeah.
To the clothes they wearing, the shoes they got on, how they wearing that shit, what pieces they got on, what type of accessories. Like I always been on that ever since like a shorty. Like I always paid attention to what celebrities and people on TV was wearing, and that's where I get a lot of my style and a lot of my shit from that I use with my line.
Yeah. That's dope, bro.
And that make it easier for people to fuck with it, cause they always be like, man, your shit look rich, or it look like it's worth something. It look like it's, you know what I mean, it's quality shit. It look like it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, quality.
So, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a slight cheat code.
Yeah,
so it's a little free game for y'all watching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pay attention to them celebrities that y'all listening to. Fuck what they saying. Look at what they wearing. Look at how they put that shit on. Even if you ain't trying to start a clothing line, because a lot of people hit me up just for styling tips on what to put on or how to put it together. Just watch certain shit that you see celebrities put on or certain superstars, and flip certain shit around and make it your own, if that makes sense. You ain't gotta do it exactly like them, because some of the shit they be wearing, just keep it 100, we can't afford. Like,
right.
But you can buy some shit that look like it and still have the same look with some nice designer shit on with it and still make it pop.
Yep, there you go. Definitely giving y'all some free game, man. Let me ask you this: how often do you have people asking, can you help them? And it's also like, if they do, like, do you help them, or do you see people like who
I'm
ask
going
for
live
help?
right now, but if I could show you my inbox every fucking day.
Yeah. Do you see them as competition, or be like, nah, I can't get them everything?
Nah. I don't look at people as competition. Again, I try to help everybody and get everybody a little bit of game. I can't get everybody all of the game. Right. You got to get out there and put in some leg work too. And I try to filter out the people that I know that's serious and the people that just want to talk. A lot of motherfuckers just want to talk. Just get in your inbox and just ask questions and just be wanting to say being able to talk to loud or ask my nigga, and which is cool. You know what I mean? I appreciate the support, but I would rather get a game to somebody that's really gonna use it and really gonna push this shit forward, and somebody I can look back on and be like, yeah, they took this shit to another level and they did better than I did with it. But yeah, for the most part, I try to respond to everybody, and I try to at least give a little bit of game or a little pointer, or just at least a response, even at all, period, if somebody asks me some shit like that.
Yeah. That's definitely dope, bro. Because like a lot of times people might not even respond to the people, but like, nah, I need this. You got to give me all this paper, or just leave them on red, you know. Like, but I think that's dope to respond or just like give them a little bit.
Yeah, I respect. At the end of the day, it definitely take money to do this shit. So I ain't gonna sit here and act like I don't tell people that certain shit costs and what it'll be to get certain shit started, because it just do. It's not free. So yeah, along with the game and the importance, I do let them know that it's a startup fee for certain things, especially if you're trying to come through me and my services with my quality, and you're trying to skip a lot of steps with this shit as far as trial and error that I went through. Then yeah, it's definitely gonna cost you a little bit. But at the end of the day, you gotta spend money to make money. And if you're a businessman, you're business oriented, and you're business minded, then you already know that gotta be explained.
That's right. Now, before I get to this next question, let me go back because I know you said trademark and copyrighted.
Yeah.
Like, explain how is it? Like, what's the process of getting trademarked? And is it hard?
It ain't hard. All I say is Google is your best friend. Just like you get out there and Google them fucking Jordans, you'll Google that outfit, that video, that podcast. Shit, Google up how to trademark a logo, how to get an LLC, how to copyright an image, anything. Google is your best friend. It'll all pop up for you.
Most definitely, just got to research.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do is research.
A lot of times people get caught up, don't want to read all this stuff, but you gotta.
Yeah, you got to. You got to.
Future.
Or you could hire somebody and spend some money, and then you might have the risk of not knowing everything, and they might covering your eyes on a lot of shit. Not everybody like that, but it's different ways to do shit. But I just say do your research first, so at least you know what's going on. But the shit really self-explanatory. It show you how to. It was basically when you type that shit in, it's gonna bring you to an application. You fill out the application, and shit, you just follow the steps. Easy.
Yep. Thank you for giving them the game, man.
For sure.
Now, has there been any celebs like that wore your your clothes and stuff like that? Have you sent any out?
It has. DC Young Fly. He actually wore my shit. He took a picture in my shit on one of his first pilot startup podcasts. They showed the 85 South show. Shout out to 85 South. He actually mentioned the brand. They asked him what kind of hat he had on, where it came from. He actually mentioned the brand, shouted us out.
Shout out DC, man.
I gave shit to Bow Wow, Derez Deshawn, Lyric Galore. Who else? Young Dolphin, Key Glock. They DJ. A couple other celebrities. But the person that I could say that actually wore it was DC.
Yeah, I see. And
that you could look up right now and you will see he got the shit on was DC. The Rez Deshawn, I still give him props and credit because he called me, and when he's about to put the shit on, he had a size too small, so he couldn't fit it. And he was down there pissed that he couldn't put the shit on. So shout out to the Rez Deshawn. If anybody got contact on his people, holler at me so I can get him some new shit.
Right. Now that's dope, bro. Like to have celebs, just even get in touch with them to try to, get them to wear your stuff.
Yeah, and I'm trying to do more of that, man. I just wish, man, my promoter guys, man, that bring them people, man. You know what I mean, man. Let's come together, man, and get this shit popping, man. It's weird that they come down here with their clothing lines and they selling out and shit, man. I can't even get my shit just on them, just to try it on to take a pic, man. We got to change that shit in the town, man.
Most definitely got to change that, man. Support home, man. And let me ask you, what is that process like? Is it hard, or do you usually pay money or hit somebody like, hey man, what is gonna take for me to get
so as far as the DC thing, shout out my cousin Maintain. He one of the top promoters in the city. Make sure y'all fuck with Maintain on every night that he promote. He be having it popping. With him, shit, he was 100. I reached out to him, told him what I was trying to do. He turned me right over to the manager, gave me the info. They sent me the sizes. They told me where to meet. I met up with them. It was real smooth. But a lot of the other times, what happened is I send a DM if I don't know the person, or 9 times out of 10 I do be knowing them. I'm gonna keep it 100. I be knowing most of them. A lot of niggas be leaving me on red, and I be offering money to pay and all that type of shit, man. To keep it 100, I ain't gonna sit up here in front. You know what I mean? So that be that process, and that's what be happening. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying now, man. You gotta change that shit, man. We gotta turn them on to our shit, to how we rocking. We always rocking the other town shit and turning up on they shit and making them damn near rich. It's time to do that for our own town.
Exactly.
And not even, it ain't gotta be Loudlife. It could be any other clothing line around here. You know what I mean? Just do that shit, man. Make sure somebody got that shit on and they knowing what's popping in Milwaukee, man. Know that we got this shit going on too. We having that shit too.
Right.
We fresh as a motherfucker too.
We fresh as hell. Got money. Got a lot of talent.
Yeah, got everything.
Hoopers, everything.
Everything a motherfucker want right here.
Everything. But a lot of people be stealing our drip and stuff. So we gotta come on with it.
Yeah.
Now I know you're pretty busy. I got 2 more questions for you before you get up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
My next question is, how much of an influence was Dapper Dan to you?
Man, Dapper Dan was a huge influence to me because I was actually around for that era. I'm an 80s baby.
Yeah.
And a lot of my OGs and older family members actually had on shit from him and shit of that style. We used to have a store here called B-Boy Trend, and they used to do a lot of the Dapper Dan inspired shit. You know what I'm saying? So I seen a lot of that shit growing up. It's a big influence. Like, I knew about Gucci and Louis Vuitton and shit back in the 90s and the 80s. My mama used to wear that shit.
Right.
Big Fendi bags and big bamboo earrings and shit, spray painting shirts. My mom used to wear that type of shit. My uncles and shit. So that was a real big influence.
Yeah, he definitely used to be snapping with the clovers, man. Shout out Dapper Dan, man.
Hell yeah.
Legend. You know what I'm saying? Legend.
Hell yeah.
Now, my final question for you, man, because you've been out here doing a lot of things, man, and everything like that. What's next for you? What can we expect from you?
Shit, man, that's a good question. Shit, some more of it, man. Some more of this shit.
Yeah.
So all I can say, just if you've been rocking with me, stay rocking with me. It ain't over yet. We just getting started. Trust me, it's a lot of more of this shit to come. I don't want to speak too soon on certain situations or certain shit, but just know I'm staying down for the come up. And shit, sooner or later, we're going to be having this conversation in a whole different type of form and fashion.
Yes, sir. And one more thing, because I know, like, besides the clothes, like, tell them what else you have. Like, because I feel like, I think I've seen you have more, like, items that they can purchase of Loudlife. Like, what you got?
I got clothes, which consist of hoodies, jackets, T-shirts, leathers, furs. We got a full kids line. It's called Loudlife Kids. Shout out to both of my sons, Taylor and Devin. They're young CEOs. That line is has nothing to do with weed, but it has more so to do with how loud kids is and how they're out loud with their actions and things that they do. I got smoke products, which are bongs, ashtrays, lighters, smoke machines. I'm currently trying to
Going crazy.
have my own blunts and my own rolling papers. I'm working on Loudlife Music. I got that already LLC and copywritten. I'm finna start fucking with artists. They want to really do music and shit. I got a lot of shit coming up again. I don't want to speak on certain situations before they happen. Like I said, if you fucking with me, man, just stay tuned and keep fucking with me. I promise you won't be disappointed on this ride.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's dope, man. Y'all heard everything he was saying. He was giving game, and y'all make sure y'all tap into. Like, matter of fact, let them, you know what I'm saying? Let them know where they can find you at and where they can find your, merchandise.
Man, you can find me at loudlifeapparel.net on the internet. That's the actual online store. Loudlife Apparel on Instagram. My personal page, Loudpack Larry 2. Or, man, you can find me anywhere around the streets of Milwaukee. I'm not hard to find. You see me everywhere. I'm always in the place to be, showing love, doing what I do best, getting dressed, smoking. It's up.
Yeah, man. I just want to say, congratulations on your success up to this point, man. You've been doing a lot of things, man. You and your people. You shout out Young Vault.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that.
Sure.
I appreciate that. I always say this too, man. Like I say, I appreciate people showing me love, but in my mind, I ain't nowhere near where I want to be and where I think I'm headed to, where I know I'm headed to. And all I say is, when I feel like I'm successful and I succeeded, man, it's finna be a motherfucking problem.
Yeah, it's gonna be a problem. Like you definitely on the right path, man. You definitely be going crazy doing your thing, man. I've been seeing Loudlife everywhere, you know what I'm saying, along with other brands, but usually it was like, man, I like Loudlife. I gotta get some of that drip, man, or something, and see who this dude is, man, for sure. And you know, it's all about God's timing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, timing is everything, man. Timing is everything.
You know what I'm saying? Because he brought us here, man. You could be anywhere, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you stopped here and chopped it up with me. So, you know, for that, I appreciate you, bro.
Man, appreciate you for having me, bro. Appreciate you for having me, my nigga.
For sure, man. I appreciate you coming through, gave me the drip, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yep, for sure.
And it's a lot more than this, man. Y'all got to check out that website.
Make sure y'all tap in, man.
Yeah.
With that Houston 3-5 Loud merch, man.
Yeah, and y'all remember.
That shit going crazy.
Y'all remember, wherever y'all see that logo at, just know whose it is. Loudlife.
Man, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is.
Yes, sir. But like I said, man, I appreciate you for coming on the show, man. I thank you, and I wish you the best of luck on your journey, bro, because you definitely you definitely on your way, bro. You came a long way. You know, you definitely got ways to go, and you finna be where you want to be, bro. I can see it, bro, within years, bro, because you put in the work. You serious about it. You putting your money behind it. You put it all. You betting on yourself, man. Y'all betting on yourself.
Yeah, most definitely, man. I want to shout out all the other clothing lines out there going crazy. Rebel Pairs, 1946 collection, RAF, Rise Above Hate, Organic Equity, Vasquez Print Co., Arts Day Luxury, No Fingerprints, Vulgar, man, it's so many that I can name, man. Y'all all doing y'all thing. Y'all all y'all shit be looking good and shit. I like to see that shit, man. If y'all ever need any help, any pointers, hit me up and shit. If I can make it work, we gonna make it work, man. Yeah. But yeah, man, keep going and shit. In a minute, man, we gonna be in these big fashion houses, man, designing this shit for these people, man, and putting on for the world, man. We just gotta stay down with this shit, because I know I am.
Yeah, most definitely, man. You just put me on to a lot of designers and a lot of different brands that I didn't know about.
Man,
you know
and it's a lot more that I can't think of right now, man. And I don't want to leave nobody out. I'm trying to think of some more right now, man. It's so many lines out here, bro, and so many hot designers out here that do this shit, bro.
Sour Brand, shout out Sour Brand.
Yeah, shout out Sour Brand. Yeah, man, like, man, it's so many, man. I try to be connected with all of it, man. At least try to get a piece or two. Oh, shout out Trey Frashino, my nigga Remy Brand. He go hard with the shit, man. Like, man, like, it's like I said, it's a lot of people out here, man. It ain't just me in the town doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta support everybody. Everybody gotta come together and do this shit. Shout out Garb Junkie. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Priority Movement. Like, man, there's so many that I'm thinking of right now, man. But yeah, man, y'all know I fuck with y'all and shit. Let's keep this shit going, man. Let's keep the city fresh, man.
That's right, man. Y'all know you most definitely got to support home, man. Check out all them brands he just said. Check out Loudlife, you know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all tap in. Good quality, good stuff, man. For real. Real deals, top of the line stuff.
Oh, yeah, we ain't playing, man. Yeah. We actually going in the store, touching this shit, man, and then going back to the drawing board.
Yep. And then, like I said, man, for every artist or anybody who got a business, clothing line, you know, whatever business you got or whatever you want to do, it's the platform for you. DM me. We can, you know, come up here. We can talk about it. Freestyle, get your, you know, showcase your talent, whatever you want to do.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to come back and rap next time, too. That's going to be a whole other show. We're going to come back and do the whole rap interview. Yeah. I'm gonna spit something for y'all. We're going to go crazy.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying?
I think I'm going to do that when I get my new jewelry. When I put the new jewelry on and shit, I'm getting rapper mode and come.
Yeah, okay. We can't wait. We gonna be, yes, sir. We're going to be waiting, you know. But like I said, man, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I want to thank y'all for supporting me, man. Like I said, we just hit 1,000 subscribers organically, you know what I'm saying? So keep subscribing and keep following. And make sure y'all keep just being positive and y'all stay prayed up and stay safe and stay dangerous out there, man. Much love. Rick Taylor Entertainment, Loudpack Larry. We out of here.
You knew that.